So here we're revamping and renewing the garden at the back of the plot or house plot. Just rejuvenating with some normal potting mix and then some manure, and then I will put new mulch on top of that, and I will also be putting down a drip irrigation system. So here I'm just weeding all the nut grass out, and also random palm nut sprouts that grow really easily in our garden for some reason, before I go ahead and apply this potting mix. So I'm only doing the 3 bags over the top of the mulch that was already there, as that will just decompose and enrich the soil even further. But I just want to try and improve the quality of this area, as it hasn't been looked after for like a little while, and I just wanted to rejuvenate this area. And last year, even though the potatoes didn't do too good, it did break up the soil, and yeah, I was happy with the little harvest that I got. I didn't actually film a big harvest haul video. I just did the small little bits and pieces here and there. Then I just put on some water crystals, as you just saw, just to help retain the moisture level, because our summer is quite hot, and February is coming up, and that's generally one of our hotter months of the year, even though it's the last month of our official summer, before it's supposed to start to cool down. But I find the February of our summer is more hotter than any other time. Here I'm just putting in a mix of some various cottage mix of flower seeds. Here I'm just measuring out the water soaker hose. It's a 50-meter hose, so I do this little section, then I'll run it along the fence. I'm not going to make it precise at this time. It's just a rough measuring guesstimate of where it's going to all go. I will be getting some like camping pegs to hold it down, I think, and in place. But for now I just wanted to get a rough idea of where it could be situated and how it was going to look. And yeah, I was actually quite pleased with how much it did. I didn't think it was going to go as far as it did. I actually ended up having a little bit left over, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably just put it back on itself and water more areas with it, but we will see what happens, I guess. So here it's just getting a bit stuck, going around the trees again, going in this little section in the middle, where I just sowed those cottage flower plants, the attracting flower plants, and then I bring it back on itself again, and then I go over along the shed, right at the back of the shed as well, and I just sort of dumped the hose there because there was quite a lot left over and I didn't know what to do with it at that point, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, next I will take the first part of the hose off, as you can see here, and then I'm going to add the sugarcane mulch again to the top to help retain that moisture when I do start watering it. I will then start to put in some of my plants that I've already started, as where they are at the moment in the little pots, seed tray pots, the nutrients are lacking a little bit in there, and the leaves are starting to go a bit yellow and not great, so I want to get them in the ground. And because this soaker hose is now going to be in here, they will get adequate amount of water instead of me having to come down and water by hand or by watering can or whatever. Yeah, and I also plant chives in that little tree cut-off stump, and I also plant 3, I think they're pumpkins, or they're either pumpkins or zucchinis, I can't remember which, in here along where the drip hose is. So here I'm just planting the 3 little things of chives in the tree stump, making sure the hose gets in contact with the soil there. Then I'm roughly placing these pumpkins or zucchinis, I can't remember which, we'll soon find out when they start growing, I guess, into the ground. Yeah, hopefully they get adequate water and enough shade and everything to get started. And I can't wait for this area to start to green up and bush out and everything. The weed pressure has been a lot less with me actually putting down the cardboard originally, and then the sugarcane mulch, and then putting the soil down newer, and then the sugarcane mulch again, and then this time around I've done the exact same thing all over again, minus the cardboard, and there wasn't very much weed pressure as you saw. I was only weeding for a very short period of time at the start of this video. Here I'm just putting in some marigold seeds. One, they'll keep away or deter pests from the plant, but they will also bring in the beneficial insects. So I'm trying a little bit of companion planting with the flowers and veggies and herbs and things. So I had some marigolds left over, so I wanted to try and put it in here with the other cottage flower bed thing, and we'll see how they go. Thanks for watching. Bye.